Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Unscripted Ramblings. I'm Kendall Richardson. Thank you again for joining me as I continue my journey through history. Yes, one of my favorite Michael Jackson albums, in case it's not clear to everyone who's been watching these videos. Thank you for joining me, and today we're going to be discussing the fourth track on history, which is This Time Around. This is a really cool song that I've always liked. It's so different to any other Michael songs. Like, it's, I don't know, there's something about it that just kind of, it sounds a little different, and it definitely, you know, it hasn't aged as well as Scream, for example, but it's still, I don't know, it's still really good. I've always just really liked it, but it just, the sound of it is just really interesting to me, and I really like it. The lyrics for the song were that's exactly what I meant. The lyrics were written by Michael Jackson, and the song was composed by Dallas Austin, Bruce Swedien, and Renee Moore, and the legendary Notorious B.I.G. Wrote and performed the rap on this track. It was a huge collaboration at the time, and yeah, apparently Michael wanted Biggie on his album in some capacity, so it ended up being this track, which is really great. An awesome collaboration between the two icons, I think. I love Biggie's rap in this. It fits the song perfectly. The way he lays it down is so good. Apparently the rap on the song was actually the first take. Apparently it was that good when he went into the studio. They recorded like 2 takes, I think, and they used this. The first one was so good, they're like, yeah, I guess we're just gonna use this one, which is really awesome. It's such a powerful rap, just really backs up everything that Michael said throughout the song, because the song's really about, you know, again, reflection on '93 and processing that anger, and you know, it's also firing at the media and the way the media handled the allegations and everything that happened. You know, they treated him terribly. Like, you know, the media always has a problem of treating celebrities like they're not really human, and it kind of aids in just, you know, civilians like you and I, just you know, in seeing them that way as other than human. And you know, when you've got someone as big as Michael Jackson, like, he's already on that level of, like, he can't be real almost, you know. I mean, when I was a kid, I thought he was some kind of wizard, really. Like, he was just magical through and through to me. So it's, you know, so growing up and finding out that the media really kind of dehumanized him to just the nth degree is just, especially during '93, like, that's when it really, like, it had already started obviously in the '80s, but that was the beginning of the worst of it that he had to deal with. And this song is, yeah, definitely an attack on them. And I mentioned in my Stranger in Moscow video that you know, the History album is really a change in Michael's, I don't want to say personality or persona, but just, like, he was just a different person after '93, like, after everything he'd been through. He just didn't seem the same, but not in a bad way. Like, he was just fed up. And one of my favorite things to watch in terms of interviews is the Diane Sawyer interview with Michael and Lisa Marie Presley back in '95. I love that interview so much, mostly because it's kind of, I've never really seen Michael like that before in an interview. Like, I mean, the Oprah interview was only 2 years before that, and he was, you know, just kind of his usual self, you know, very shy, very soft-spoken, you know, like, not entirely comfortable with the situation, because, you know, who would be if you're doing a live interview with Oprah Winfrey and it's being broadcast all over the world, and, you know, but, you know, it's part of the job. It's what he had to do. And but then, you know, cut 2 years later, we've had the allegations have happened. He's been through that. He'd been through hell. and here he is on the other side, and he's promoting this album that's just filled with all of these songs that are just attacking the media, attacking the police and the lawyers and everyone that was against him. He's just, you know, clapping back at them and just telling them he's not taking any more of their shit, which is, you know, one of the great great lyrics, and the way he spits it out in this song. He says taken no shit twice in the verses of This Time Around, and the way he just lets it go, it's so good. But yeah, this Diane Sawyer interview, he just seemed to be like, the way like he just responds to her questions. She's trying to get something out of him that's like, I mean, yeah, maybe she's trying to get a rise out of him, and it works, but it's great. But it only works to his benefit, I feel. I think it's a really great interview, and, you know, he's just not taking any of her shit. Like, she's trying to, like, back him into a corner regarding a bunch of personal questions, you know, and he's just, I just love, I don't know, for everyone who's seen it, you probably know what I'm talking about. He's just so blasé with her, and direct and to the point, and honest, and, you know, and he's speaking very confidently, he's speaking very loudly. Even his body language is loud, you know, the way he moves his arms and sits in his seat, and just like the facial expressions though as well. He just gives some golden facial expressions of just like, I can't believe this woman is asking me these stupid questions. It's ridiculous. But this song and that interview kind of go together for me as like just reinforcing this you know, change in Michael's attitude towards things. You know, I mean, he was always fed up with the media, but now he's actually properly done with them, you know, like, yeah, and I don't blame him at all. But yeah, it's a great song. It was actually released, I didn't even know this, it was actually released as a promo single in the US, which is pretty cool. That was on, I think it was like December 95 it was released as a promo single. It obviously never had a music video or anything, a short film I should say. But yeah, apparently it charted on 3 separate charts. It got to number 18 on the Dance Music Club Play Singles chart, number 23 on the Hot R&B / Hip Hop Airplay chart, and then number 36 on Billboard's Rhythmic Top 40. And that was all because of how much it was getting played on radio. So it worked really well in the US as a promotional single. So that's really awesome. Yeah, I don't really know what else I can say about this. I think I've really covered everything. This is another one that like has really great use of like the different layers of Michael's vocals in the chorus. Like, that's just always been one of my favorite things about, you know, Michael's vocal performance on songs, is just the way he layers, the way the, you know, the background vocals and the main vocal are all layered in together, and the way they sound, just the richness of it, it's just so awesome. And yeah, This Time Around is no exception to that. I really love the way it's, yeah, I know, it's all cool. It's just all cool. It's such a cool song. So go check it out if you haven't, because yeah, it's definitely one that's underrated in terms of Michael's you know, entire singles and, you know, song, like just catalogue, entire thing. It's, yeah, not one that many people seem to talk about much, but I've always really liked it. So but yeah, those are my thoughts on This Time Around. Thank you so much for listening and for watching. If you have any comments you want to leave me, leave them below. If you want to like, you want to subscribe to Fred the Alien, that would be also very sweet. I very much appreciate that. Spread these around. Just want to really go out of my way to celebrate the 25th anniversary of history this month in June, so it's important. So let's get the word out there, people. Let's do it. Let's hashtag history25, make it happen. I know I don't have really I don't have a big reach or anything, but you know, every little bit counts. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it so much. And next week, well, next week, not even next week. Why am I saying next week? I usually do these weekly, but I'm not doing them weekly at the moment. I'm on autopilot, sorry. Next time we come back for another video, I'm going to be covering the epic anthem that is Earth Song, and that's going to be that's me tense. I'm looking forward to that. That's an incredible song. Okay, so until then, I've been a Kendall Richardson, and you've just experienced non-scripted ramblings.